Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Hello, Cleanash. And hello, Yuhi Thaw. And hello, Eclipse Wing. Hello. And hello, of course. Hello, Lixie. Welcome to the stream. Lixie, because Lixie is here for the first time. Welcome,
oh my
Lixie.
God, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Me too. So, for those of you, also welcome, Jilcy Brooke. Welcome. And for those of you, hello, Calcium, welcome to the stream. Good morning, yes, good morning to you. And well, as you know, if you've seen the post and in the stream description and everything, Lixie, as you can see down there in the bottom left corner.
Hi.
Yeah, Faye is my voice coach. Yeah, so we have been working together for some time, like not way long, but a bit of time, and we have talked about making the stream together, and we thought it would be really fun to come here and Lixie can share all of Faye's amazing wisdom and knowledge in the voice training field, and yeah, and I'm really excited for all of you to learn from Faye. Yeah, so yeah, let's do this. Thank you so much for being here, Lixie. It's really awesome to have you on the stream. Thank you. And we
Of
we have
course, it's
the
a pleasure.
yes, thank you so much. And we don't have the music on because I thought well, we can actually put it on. Let's actually put it on, like while we just talking. Okay, so I'm just be doing there we go. Now we have the music on again, and then we'll take it off once we go into the slides. So yeah, for this introduction, well, of course, Lexi, you are so welcome to come and introduce yourself on the stream. So now you're already here, but
Of course.
but yeah, feel free to introduce yourself and just let us all know who you are and everything you want us to know about you. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello. My name is Lexi. I am an online voice coach. I am a non-binary person. I identify as non-binary. I am a linguist. I did some literature and linguistics at college. And then I decided to go for the voice training field after that. So now I dedicate my time to helping trans people and queer people to develop the voice they want. That's what I do. And so far, I've seen so many good students do an awesome job, and I am really proud of how people have come so far with their voices.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I can say from first-hand experience that, well, Lexi is an amazing voice coach. So if any of you at the end of the stream or even now, like whatever you feel like want to check Lexi out and maybe potentially work with Faye, then you are so welcome to do so. And you can do that by going to the links in the description. And yeah, so yeah, of course, I'm very grateful to you, Lexi, that you want to come here on the stream and share all of your amazing knowledge with all of us. So thank you so much for that. And of course, I want to pay respect to you for your time and by of course sharing with everyone that you have the links in the description, and there's also some Discord channels that will also be in the description. And yeah, so we'll get into that later as well. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, Lexi, and thank you so much everyone else for being here as well.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so maybe I'll just be reading a bit of the chats, and then we'll be going into the workshop of the voice lesson. Yeah. So I'm just gonna be reading a bit. Oh, thank you everyone for your support. Thank you. I see the chats about growing surprisingly fast the channel. Thank you. Thank you everyone. And how was your day? Thank you, Eclipse Ring. It was good. Thank you. Hope your day was good as well. And yeah. Thank you everyone for all of your support. Thank you so much. And welcome so much, Dilcy Brook. Welcome to the stream. I hope that the stream will be helpful for everyone. I'm pretty sure it will, because well, it's been very helpful for me to work with Lexi. So it's I'm so excited to bring Faye on the stream. That'll be really cool. Okay, let's try this. So let's go into the slides that we have that Lexi has prepared for the stream. Let's do this. Okay. So
okay.
Yeah. So let's just transition right there.
The transition. Oh, hi.
Yes, we're here. Yes. And well, now I'm thinking that we just put off the music to like focus a bit on what we are saying. So focus a bit on the workshop. So now we are gonna, Lexi is going to be presenting this workshop for all of you. The lesson for the stream, the free lesson that we have, that Lexi has prepared for the stream. And yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. I'm very excited myself. So thank you so much everyone for being here. Stay hydrated. Thank you. Wait, it's Lexi. Thank you, Lexi. Yes, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, no everyone. Problem. Yes, stay hydrated, everyone, and me too. Us, both of us, all of us. Because it's very hot recently. I think in many countries at least.
Yeah, you could also use this workshop to do some review the contents, so everyone here gets something out of it.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right. Okay. So for the future of the stream, well, not for the future, but for the remaining of the stream of this workshop, I'll be giving the microphone, so to speak, over to Lexi to present the workshop, and I'll just be like I'll just be an attendee of the workshop, just like every one of you. So yeah, I'm just an attendee like all of you, and we're just gonna be learning from Lexi. Let's do this. So I'm so excited.
Okay.
Yeah, so feel free to share and teach us all of your voice training amazing knowledge and wisdom that you have, which I have experienced firsthand, is very helpful to me personally. So thank you so much, Lexi. And I'm also very nervous. I hope you guys can of course forgive me for my nervousness, but it's okay. Let's do this. So over to you, Lexi.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, we're gonna take questions. I think you posted a Q&A to store the questions, put them at the end. So if you ever have questions with anything that we're going through in this workshop, feel free to ask them. We're here to learn. So there are no bad questions. There are no stupid questions. Everyone here is working towards the same goal. I can already preface that these slides that I have prepared are meant to be introductory to anyone who hasn't done any kind of voice training before. So if you've never done voice training, if you're doing feminization, masculinization, or androgynization, this workshop are intended for you to understand how voice training works. So they're designed in a way of which this is the only thing you need to understand how to start. Because when it comes to voice training, it's in the name, we do need training, of course. We need to put a lot of focus on the practice. So this is going to give you all the basics, all the things you need to know to get into practicing, hopefully today.
Yeah. That sounds great. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, please continue. let's go to the next slide, actually. Yeah,
let's go to the next one.
Okay, let's do this. There we go. Okay.
I already presented myself before, but just to make it a little more explicit. Hi, my name is Lexi. I'm a non-binary person. I use favorite pronouns, and I've been teaching for 2.5 years already. In October, I'll be making 3 actually. And I know about linguistics. I know about literature. It's a passion of mine, and voice training was very related to studying languages, so it was almost adjacent. But something very important that I need to talk about is that I'm not a doctor. I am not a medical professional. I'm no speech language pathologist. I'm not a psychologist. I cannot diagnose anyone. I can only help you get the voice that you want to get. So if we're taking voice training from a standpoint of speaking normally is okay for you. If anyone in the chat or if anyone experiences train or speaking is already hard, it's hard to have your voice or during long periods of time, I would recommend consulting a doctor because we're here to not complicate things. The exercises that we're going to do are absolutely safe, but we don't want bad habits to carry over into the new configurations that we're going to explore. What's it like being a linguist? It's fantastic. I love languages. English is actually my second language. Spanish is my first language. And it's great because you get to study the history, the development of words over time. I studied Shakespeare like everyone has in my class. It's great. I love languages. I also fond of Japanese to give a little bit more extra information about myself.
Awesome. Yeah. I wish I actually knew Japanese, but yeah, it's an amazing language.
I can teach you.
You can teach me? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lexi. Yeah.
Yeah, I can teach you more stuff.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So here we go. Yeah. Feel free
All
to take
right.
it away.
Um,
Yes. Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So when it comes to voice training is a huge field. When it comes to voice training, we have like three subcategories, which are singing, voice acting, and trans voice. So we're going to focus on trans voice. If you want to focus on voice acting, or singing, there are many resources out there, but I mostly specialize in trans voice. That's what we're going to talk about, and that's what we are going to develop all the slides to. So when it comes to trans voice, there are like two main pillars, really. There's like two things that we need to take into consideration in terms of theory. So I would recommend learning what it is, vocal quotient. You might see it as vocal weight in some other places, and vocal space. Vocal space, you will also see it as resonance, as larynx height, as oropharyngeal closure. It's abbreviated over there, OPC. So, you know, it's all that's a theory we need to know. It's only two things. And I need to put extra focus on the big myth, which is pitch, because some people might think that pitch is really important, but when it comes to trans voice, pitch already does not have that much of an importance here in trans voice. Um, Pitch will influence a little bit, but we really are going to focus on different things. We're going to focus on, you know, lowering our legs or raising our legs or like making our quotient softer or making our quotient closed. We're gonna do different things that are not really related to pitch. This is gonna be on the theoretical side. On the practical side, I can already preface this. We're going to need both things. We're going to need daily practice. This is like requirement number one.
Mm-hmm.
And for daily practice, my recommendation is make it realistic. Make your daily practice something that you know you'll be able to maintain it over a long period of time. Like, imagine like you're learning a second language. Imagine you're learning uh, Japanese, you're learning Russian, you're learning any other language. You need to approach this with daily exposure to it, daily practice, active training. So my recommendation, something that could be realistic is 15 minutes a day would be fantastic.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
I would put extra focus on try to make it as daily as possible. That means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, holidays included. But, you know, adapt it also to your circumstances. You need to make sure that voice training is something you can maintain over time, but also, dedicated. Be consistent. Consistency here is the key. That's going to be the requirement number one.
Mm. Yeah.
Requirement number two is going to be having good technique. And by good technique, I usually mean not hurting your voice. Um, if we make like an analogy with going to the gym, we're not gonna need to use a lot of strength. Voice training is never about strength. In fact, it would be more about finesse, but you need to do it in a way that is not bad for yourself. So the golden rule of voice training, we could say, is um, there's no such thing as pushing through pain. If you ever experience pain or strain, these are already signals that your body's sending to you to tell you that something's going wrong. You should stop and maybe approach it from a more relaxed perspective. Maybe you need more water. Maybe you need to be gentler. There's something going on. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
also,
Mm.
we also need to hear how the qualities change, not just in others, but also in ourselves. This means, can I hear the difference between and ah? and ah, and oh, and ah. Can I hear that in myself? If I can hear that in myself, I'll be able to modulate as I speak. If not, you might need some help, but this is a skill that can be developed, just like consistency is also a habit you can develop.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. That well, I feel like I'm already learning so much that I didn't know to begin with. So it's really, really awesome, just for me personally as well. And I hope all of you are also getting a lot of amazing wisdom from this. I feel like I'm definitely learning a lot. So thank you so much, Lexi. It's really, 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 really with the technique and like the practice and like the self seeing being able to notice when you're doing the good technique and when you're not doing the good technique. Yeah,
Mhm.
very helpful. Thank you so much. Okay, I should we go to the next, or is there
Yeah,
more on
let's
this
do
slide?
it. Let's
Okay,
go.
awesome. Let's go.
Mhm.
Okay, there we go. Next one. Okay, I'm so
Okay.
excited. Yeah.
I should change the name of this one to FAQ. Frequently asked questions, because there are a bunch of frequently asked questions regarding to voice training. The first, that's most important, is this is very important, this is very interesting, but how long does it take for someone to develop their voice? How long does it take for me to feminize my voice, to masculinize my voice, to androgynize my voice? Um, it's going to depend on a lot of factors. It's going to depend on how are able you to be consistent. It's going to depend on if you have any kind of vocal injury. It's going to depend on if you have a safe environment. The safer the environment, the easier it will be. The easier it is for you to develop a new habit. Um, and it kind of depends also on how able are you to lock in. Because I heard people, I I didn't have those miraculous students, but I definitely talked to people who told me they got their voices in 2 months. But this also meant that they were kind of obsessed in a way with training, like dedicating time, dedicating attention, having enough time to put into training, to listen, watch videos, like get really involved with the topic. But if this is not your profile, that's totally fun too. Because for other people, for the rest of models, you could call it, yeah, it takes years. It could take years. I met some trans femmes who said they took around 2 years to get their voices. Um, there are a lot of variables, so there's not like a definite answer. I cannot say, yeah, do this for 6 months and you'll get it. It's more like, who are you as a person?
Mm,
And then we can see where does it get to.
yeah.
Um, Another general question that I get a lot is, can I have a very deep voice? Does that mean I cannot train my voice? And the answer is, anyone can really train their voice. Even if you think you have like a very low pitch, you have like something very deep. You can absolutely train your voice to achieve something feminine. And the other way around too. If you have like a very high pitched voice, you can definitely masculinize that. The only obstacle would be, for example, I mentioned this a lot, but the only obstacle is like a vocal injury. You have damage in your vocal folds, in your throat, in your vocal space, anything like that. If this not checked for you, if you don't have any kind of injury, you're totally fine. You should be able to do any kind of training and get your voice to whatever you want it to. Um, more questions. Something that I think is really important and that I also get sometimes is, how can someone measure their progress? Because voice training as a whole is like very broad, right? Like if you think about voice training as an abstract idea, it can be overwhelming. You can think, oh my God, I don't know where to start. So a good starting point would be, for example, setting yourself micro goals, having a record of your voice as it goes, recording your voice, taking notes, also putting the knowledge that you know into notes, into your own notes of what is vocal space, what is vocal quotient, what is this quality, what is this other quality, how can I understand the relationship between everything, how do I do warm-ups, what are things that I need to avoid, so on and so forth. It's very important because these slides that I have prepared, sorry, it's very hot in here.
Understandable. Definitely.
We're going through a heat wave here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's
That's it. It's very,
awesome.
very hard. Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, the slides that I have prepared are like in my language. They're in a way that I understand myself. But I would absolutely recommend anyone who is starting this journey to take notes in a way they would understand. Let's say you watch the stream, it's fantastic, you understand everything, but maybe tomorrow you forget about some concepts. So take notes in a way you understand. So when you look at it tomorrow, you check your notes. Oh, what was vocal space? What was high? What was the larynx? What was OPC? You look at it, and then it makes sense. Um, because that's the most important part, understanding
Yeah,
what
that's
it
actually a
is.
great tip. I think I will actually use that personally as well. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, okay, more
Mm,
questions.
okay. Mm,
This is a little bit related to medicine and related generally to voice training. Voice training as a whole is related to hormonal change. Um, when we approach feminization, we approach it in a way as we are going to try to sound as if we didn't get exposed to testosterone. As we know, testosterone has a bunch of effects on the human body, either through puberty or through HRT, doesn't really matter. It will have significant developments in your body in general, but also in the human voice. Exposure to testosterone will enlarge your vocal tract, will make your larynx bigger, will make your vocal folds thicker, and it will make your space overall increase the space which we use. So the goal for feminization is sounding as if we didn't get exposed. The um, the effects of testosterone in the human body are irreversible. If you got exposed to it, you cannot go back, but you can modulate your voice. So in paper, in practice, to be more accurate, there's no really big difference. We can sound feminine or masculine depending on what our goal is. For masculinization, actually, is the other way around. We're just gonna imitate the effects that testosterone will have in our voices and use that for practice. But in that same realm, um, people who are interested in masculinization do have a cheat. Because, if you are interested in masculinization, you can take some testosterone to have some development on your voice, and that will give you a push. The other way around, for feminization, it has been studied that estrogen has no effects on your voice. This means that this estrogen will not make your voice softer or raise your larynx or help with OBC. And this is a good and a bad thing at the same time because this means you can start voice training whenever you want. You are the one who is in total control of your whole voice journey. You decide when to start, you decide when to end, and nothing else will alter all that you're going through. And also, you also have the chance to, if your country, for example, is not able to give you coverage, healthcare coverage, or HRT will take longer, you're totally independent from that. You can start HRT at a later point or be independent from that and still train your voice. So in that way, it's very adaptive, but it also requires drive. And lastly, the last question that is relevant to, and that I get asked a lot is voice training related to pitch in any kind of way. If I just focus on pitch, will I get my voice to where I want to? And the honest answer is that um while everything is related in voice training, all the qualities have some impact on others. There are synergies. Training just pitch is like going to be really hard. Pitch does not have a significant difference as it would have like raising your legs or lowering your legs. Um, so if you're gonna focus on pitch solely, it's like starting a new game in the hardest difficulty. It's gonna be very frustrating, and I would never recommend doing voice training while being frustrated because that can be hard. That can if you will be prone to quit, and if you quit, then it's over. Voice training is over, and we will not get where we want to. So we want to make this as easy as possible and also as enjoyable as possible.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Thank you. That was some awesome, great, well, not recently, sorry, meant frequently asked questions, and I learned a lot from that. So thank you so much for going through those. Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's go to the next one. Should we?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go.
Okay, I have. Sorry. We
No
have
worries, no
a
worries.
beautiful diagram here,
Mhm.
which is the power source filter.
Mm.
The power source filter explains how the human voice works, right? Well, the way the human voice works is, as you know, we need to breathe in and then we talk when we exhale. Now, there are some languages that do have phonemes that you speak when they inhale, like, they speak when they inhale. But that's like very weird. That usually does not happen as common. So it's that airflow, that air that we're breathing in, is going to be the power of our voice. The lungs mainly is the organ that is going to help us phonating. Phonating implies using your voice for speaking, for example, or also making any other noise. When you're coughing, when you're sneezing, snoring too, to some extent.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
that'll be the power. That's kind of what's going to power our voices. But we also need more components. The next component that is relevant in this chain is the source. If you ever look at a diagram of your vocal folds are a tissue that look like two flaps. When those two flaps get exposed to airflow coming from our lungs and pressure, we achieve phonation, we speak. And the vocal folds are going to be the ones responsible for altering our pitch. If your vocal folds vibrate really fast, we call that a high pitch, like ah, that'll be a high pitch. And if they vibrate really slow, they will produce a low pitch, right? Like oh.
Yeah.
And quotient would be the quality that relates to intensity kind of way. I don't really like intensity because it's like a very abstract word. Anything can be intense, but you can think about it as like close quotient intensity, like sounds like buzzy, and like
Mhm.
open quotient would be more like ah,
Mm.
something
Mm.
less intense, more soft.
Mm.
That would be the source. But of course, our voices are an instrument, just like any other wind instrument. Well, it's more like a string instrument. Um, and they resonate within a chamber. That chamber is going to be our vocal space. That is going to be the filter. And usually the filter is what we will focus a lot to go and change the perception that people have in our voices. Um, what I said before about the effects of testosterone in your voice, the filter will influence that. Well, is they responsible for that? So, like, if you if your larynx becomes really big, you get like a voice that is like very drop. Your larynx is like super big. It's usually perceived as more stereotypically masculine. If you raise your larynx a lot, ah, oh, ah, you'll get something more akin to femininity. And then with more coaching exercises, you can get like, oh, you can get like something that uses a vocal space that is more reduced.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes.
That
Let
that
me know if
makes
it doesn't make
that makes sense for
sense.
me at least. It makes sense for me because, well,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of have experienced it a little bit with the filter and the source and the power. You know, when I voice train, I can feel like the different areas kind of and how they influence the sound. So I think that it's very helpful for me as well to think about it like in this of course in this present this drawing. I don't know what it's called, but presentation.
Diagram. Yeah.
Yeah. Model is what it's called. Thank you. Yeah, this model is very helpful for me as well. So yeah, thank you. Okay. Well, was there
Mm-hmm.
more for this slide, or should we? Because if there is,
We can move
then
to the next one.
okay, cool. Well, okay, let's go to the next one. So here we go. Yeah.
Okay. This is the slide for things that I recommend and things that I would recommend you to drop or avoid.
Okay.
Mainly, we can start with the bad. Starting with the bad only means if anything of this checks out for you, you're going to play in a harder difficulty. Voice training is going to be harder. Doesn't mean that it's going to be impossible, but it will mean that voice training will be less of a easy experience or so smooth. Straight away, I can already say, like I mentioned in the beginning, that pain and strain should never be something that you find in voice training. Pain will manifest as pins and needles, like a needly sensation. Strain will manifest as like a burning sensation. If you ever feel any of those two, make sure to stop and take a break. Never push through any of those because that means trouble.
Good to know. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very good to
Very
know.
important. I've also met students that use their voice beyond exhaustion, and that means that will come with problems. I would not recommend doing those type of things. I would definitely recommend giving your voice enough breaks so that you can use it for longer periods of time. If you use your voice beyond exhaustion, what you're actively doing is subtracting time from your future self. And it's more important in voice training to be able to do this every day than being able to do it 5 hours today and then nothing tomorrow. I would rather you train 15 minutes today, 15 minutes tomorrow, 15 minutes the following day, then go for a marathon today and then never touch it again for a week.
Yeah.
If you do the latter, you will not see many progress and it's going to be a little frustrating.
Yeah. I can actually vouch for this because, well, when we started working together, I started out doing exactly, well, not, I didn't go too much overboard, but I did go a little bit overboard, and so my voice needed to recover for a week. So I can vouch for this. This is really, really true that if you like just take it slow and like take care of your voice while you're doing it training, then I can vouch that it's gonna be more, you get more time from it to train. Yeah. So thank you so much for that tip. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
There are also some other things we need to take into consideration. Um, Mainly hydration.
Yeah.
We're going right now. Many countries are going right now through a heat wave, so we need to take into consideration our hydration levels. Not only because they're healthy, it's good to be hydrated, but because they have a direct impact on our voice. Hydration and dehydration takes a little bit to reach our vocal folds. Our vocal folds are not in direct contact with the things we eat and drink. So your body needs to do like a full journey throughout the whole system until it arrives to your vocal folds. This means that hydration and by extent dehydration will take 30 minutes to 60 minutes to reach your vocal folds. So let's
Oh,
say, for example, let's say, hypothetical case, you set yourself to train every day at 5 p.m. You set your goals. Okay, I'm going to be consistent. Let's do it every day for 15 minutes. You start at 5 p.m. Make sure that at least by 4, you're properly hydrated. So by the time you start, your voice is not hoarse, it's not badly calibrated. You don't find obstacles along the way.
oh, so it takes like 30 minutes for the hydration to like reach your vocal cords and stuff. So, so you need to be in like, you need to be foreseeing that you are going to train in 30 minutes and then drink a lot of water and then start training maybe. Or
Exactly.
okay, cool. Yeah. Got it. Awesome. Yeah.
Of course, if your mouth is dry, drink water. You need to also hydrate your mouth, We'll see this later with some exercises. But yeah, your vocal folds take a little bit more. So it's always good to take this into consideration. And regarding hydration and dehydration, I'll have to break it down already, but there are a bunch of things that will get in the way. Those will be smoking, vaping, alcohol, caffeine, and any other substance that increase the mucus in your vocal folds. In the case of smoking and vaping, I would directly suggest quitting, not only because they're bad for your health, they would also delay your HRT, and they're gonna get in the way of voice training. They will make voice training really hard. So there's no like middle ground that we can look into here.
I see. Yeah.
With with alcohol and caffeine, we can have a middle ground. In terms of alcohol, you just gotta watch out. If you just drink socially with your friends, if you just drink alcohol when you go to parties, that's fine. It's more something that we need to watch out for constant use. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Sure. No worries. Yeah. No worries. So I'm just gonna be entertaining you guys while we wait. So yeah, and yeah, so this is like I have been working, like I said before, with Lexi for some time now, and well, I feel like I have learned a whole lot from Faye, a whole lot so far already. But this I haven't this is my first time as well getting a workshop. So I'm actually learning a whole lot from this as well. So I hope you all are learning a lot as well. I feel like it's very, very helpful. Very helpful for me. I feel like if we, or like I personally as me as well. Thank you for the question. Thank you. We'll get into the questions after the workshop. Yeah. And well, I feel like that if sorry, you're back, Lizzie. I see you're back, but
I am back, but I don't want to interrupt you.
No worries. I was just saying that that I feel like that if like as being like a sponge and learning as a sponge right now, trying to like absorb all of this information. I feel like with all of this information, I personally could upgrade my voice training sessions a lot in like voice training practice. So I feel like if anyone else has been thinking about starting to voice train, then well, there's a great opportunity to take this information in and try to build up a practice routine. Yeah, but yeah, that's just what I was about to say. So feel free to take or continue from where you left off. Lexi. Yeah, awesome.
No problem. Thank you.
Of course. Yeah.
You don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, when it comes to caffeine, coffee and Monster, energy drinks also count. Um, they're all gonna make you dehydrated. Caffeine in its shape or form, just like alcohol, will make your body dehydrated. So, um, let's say in the same hypothetical case, you start voice training at 5 p.m. every day. Um, but of course, you gotta get ready for work. You wake up, get ready, get dressed, take a shower, drink your morning coffee, and then go to work, do your thing, and then come back. Um, in those cases, for example, there's a good separation between your morning coffee and the time that you just started doing voice training. Like let's say you do all that at 9 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., there has been quite the gap. And hopefully, about that time, you also drank some water. Hopefully, the morning coffee is not the only thing you have during your daily routine. So in those cases, it's like manageable. It's something that we can manage, something that we can deal with. Um, of course, do not drink caffeine 1 hour, 30 minutes before your training session, your time you're doing active training, because it's going to be frustrating. Something important to take into account too is milk and dairy. But there's nothing to panic about here. Milk and dairy are fine in the sense that the effects are instantaneous and they go away really fast. Um, the explanation here is any dairy product, milk, ice cream, yogurt, or cheese, what they do is they increase the mucus inside your vocal folds. Excessive mucus will make phonetic speaking way harder. And when that happens, our voice has a harder time. There's like too many obstacles. There's too much mucus to actually use your voices. So just
Okay.
the only recommendation I can give here is don't hydrate with water, with milk, sorry. Don't hydrate with milk, and you'll be fine. Hydrate with water. Water is always a good idea.
Good to know. Awesome.
Mhm.
Great to know.
This is, yeah.
I'm gonna take the chance and drink some water.
Thank you. This is a good student right here.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Please continue. Yeah.
Other things that we need to take into consideration is, for example, acid reflux. Acid reflux will get in the way too. For acid reflux, my recommendation would be try to reduce the chances of it happening. And if it happens, use medicine. So use that medicine to, not go through the effects of acid reflux as it happens throughout your training. It can be really uncomfortable. And there's a certain medicine that we also need to take into consideration. Spironolactone, for those of you who are taking feminizing HRT, is studied to have negative effects on your body. It's just going to make you dehydrated. So take that into account. It's not something that you need to avoid, more like be careful. And antihistamines too. We're not in the allergies season right now, but if you have any permanent allergies or when spring comes back, you need to pay attention to the fact that antihistamines are going to make you dehydrated. Antihistamines are diuretics, and diuretics will make you want to pee more. If you lose a lot of liquid, a lot of fluid in your body, you're going to be dehydrated. It's going to be worse for training. You're going to find strain more easily. And the last one, in terms of bad stuff, we have corticoids. Corticoids are special in the sense that this is more like a long-term exposure. When you get exposed to corticoids due to any kind of medical treatment through a long period of time, you're gonna make your vocal folds weaker. But this means 1 to 2 years. This is like long exposure to corticoids. If you get a random infection and you need to take corticoids, you should be fine. There's nothing to worry about here. It's like long term, prolonged all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
that's all the bad stuff that I wanted to mention.
hmm
You can still drink milk. It's just
Mm.
don't use it for hydration. You'll be absolutely fine.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just yeah, exactly like you said, not hydration, but milk is good to drink
Mhm.
in other cases. Yeah. Okay. So next was the buffs or
The good stuff,
the good
yeah, the
stuff.
stuff
The
that
good
we
stuff.
recommend.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Hydration is good. If you don't know what to drink, you can drink water. You cannot go wrong with drinking water. But you can also have some kind of alternatives. Tea is a really good companion too. You can drink tea instead of water, but you need to watch out for the kind of tea that you're drinking. Tea has caffeine, but depending on the tea, there are some that have huge amounts of caffeine, there's some that have very little. So it kind of outweighs the hydration tea gives you with the amount of caffeine it has.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
if you want like a specific recommendation, I would recommend honey and lemon tea. Lemon is really good for clearing your vocal folds. Honey makes a protective layer around the vocal folds, so it's like really good for voice in general.
Wow, I gotta write that down. Thank you for that
Yeah,
tip.
write that down.
Yeah,
Go to Amazon,
yeah.
put it in your wish list.
Yeah,
Honey and lemon tea.
yeah. I'm writing it down right now. I actually wanna try and upgrade my voice training practice. So thank you so much.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, okay. We can answer that after we're done. We can go lengthy about stuff.
Yeah.
More things that are good. I'm gonna do leave warm-ups for the end because they're a little lengthy. But as I said before, be consistent. Daily training is your ally. Another thing that is important, voice training, the end result is inevitably to talk with people, right? We use voice
Mm-hmm.
training to talk and use it with our friends, with our family, with our coworkers, with anyone really. So I would definitely recommend getting opinions, but not every opinion is a valid opinion. I would recommend asking people for their feedback, but people who are either training with you, people who are voice coaches, or even speech language pathologists. If you ask someone who has no idea about voice training, they will probably say whatever. And you need someone who knows a little bit about voice training so that they can give you relevant feedback. They can say, yeah, you're doing it right, or sounds like you're hurting yourself with this exercise, or maybe this sounds a little bit like pitch, like an educated answer. You need an educated answer in this
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
And following up with the golden rule of voice training of no pain, no strain is all the voice training that we do should be done in a relaxed mindset. We need to do
Oh.
this while being calm and collected as reasonably as possible. I know some people have social anxiety and it makes it harder when you're nervous, when you're anxious, that's going to play against you. But,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing to panic over
Mm-hmm.
training. Social anxiety can be also trained. We need to take this with a calm approach. If you're very harsh with the exercises that you're doing, if you try to force them, you will find pain really easily. And like I said, there's something we never want to encounter.
Wow, that's actually really, really helpful for me as well personally because well, when I voice train, I always like get a little bit frustrated with myself because I think, oh my god, don't sound like I want to sound. But keeping like the relaxed mindset, like trying to calm down and like doing it in a healthy way with your mindset, something I definitely will learn from. So thank you so much for that. I think that's very
Of course.
helpful for me as well, and hopefully all of you as well. Yeah, yeah.
I left warm ups for the end. I think
Yeah.
this will, and with this we can end the slide.
Yeah. Okay.
Warm ups are fantastic. In my personal opinion, you should always do warm ups. No, go back.
Oh, so sorry. Okay. Oh wait.
You good, you good.
Oh, I thought. Oh, sorry. Okay, we
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
that slide afterwards. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's recording sometimes I have it so much when I delete them and try again. Oh. Yeah, usually that's what we want to look for in recordings. We want to look for the difference between no modulation and doing any kind of exercise. We need to look into, okay, does this sound diametrically different? Or like, do I hear the quality or do I not hear the quality? An early sign of strain is a burning sensation. Since we're using our vocal folds, you will feel how your vocal folds are burning or like they are exposed to like strenuous amount of effort. If you ever broke a muscle in the gym, like imagine you're doing any kind of weightlifting, the feeling is very similar.
Okay.
hmm
Yeah. So.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
going back to warm-ups.
Yes. Okay.
Warm-ups are two-folded. We need to take into account two things. The first one is relaxing. For that one, there's no magic trick. There's no guide for relaxation. You can do anything really. I personally do breathing exercises because those are very good. You do take a deep breath and then breathe out, and those really help. But
Yeah.
you can do anything else really. You can listen to some relaxing music. You can lay down for a bit. You can go for a walk. Anything that you know helps you get relaxed is a good idea.
Okay.
So for relaxation, I'll just say relax yourself in the way that you know it works for you. That is the first part of warm-ups. The second part is SOVTEs. SOVTE stands for semi-occluded vocal tract exercise in plural. That's why the final S.
Oh, okay.
SOVTEs are a fancy way of saying warm-ups. If you remember what I mentioned before about a human voice needing equal amounts of pressure and airflow to phonate to speak, right? Semi-occluded vocal tract exercises will make it so that the amount of pressure is reduced. So it's like a more efficient way of speaking. Well, making noise. You cannot really speak with an SOVTA. The number one SOVT is blowing bubbles through a straw into a cup of water. But that one requires a little bit of setting up. You need a cup of water, you need a straw, and hopefully, usually being sit down, right? So that's usually the one I do not recommend. I usually go for the second best. The second best being the lip trills, because you can take them anywhere. You can do a lip trill everywhere. You only need a functional human voice. That's the only requirement. In order for you to do a lip trill, if you look at the picture in the slide, you put your lips together and then make them vibrate. When you do that, it should sound something like. And if we add noise, if we add pitch to that, it just sounds something like. Now, we want to do a full exercise, so what we want to do is do a reverse pendulum. We want to go from the lowest pitch to the highest and then to the lowest. Something like right? Um, and I know some people say that's good and all, but I
Mm-mm.
cannot. I don't have the physical ability to doing that. So what are the alternatives? There are
Mm-mm.
alternatives. You can do
Mm.
tongue trills. You can roll your R's. You can do like a.
Mm-mm. Mm.
You can do that buzzing sound, like.
Yeah.
You have plenty of options.
Mm. By the way,
You can even do
we
like
did
a
hear
humming.
all of it before. We did hear all the exercises you did before, all the lip thrills and everything. So yeah, just to, because I think we had some audio, different audio, and I think it was because that we made sure that everything was coming through the mic. So yeah, just to explain a bit. But please continue. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's all when it comes to warm-ups. Warm-ups are highly recommended for some of you, especially if you're
Mm-mm.
just starting with voice training.
Mm-hmm.
This will feel like learning how to run for the first time in your lives. If that is the case, if you have never heard of how to raise your larynx, how to move your quotient around, you will definitely need some push. You'll definitely need to do some warm ups before you do your training, just to be safe.
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I definitely can learn a lot from this. I've learned so much already. I mean, I'm guilty of not doing my exercises. No, sorry, my warm ups. My warm ups. I haven't. I'm so guilty. I haven't done them that much. But I will start doing them. Doing them. I'll definitely start. So, everyone, if you start voice training, remember the warm ups. I can vouch for that. They're actually important because I'm still learning how to voice train in the best way. But definitely, warm ups very good.
Oh, you're absolutely good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so um
Yeah, we can move to
okay.
the next one
Okay,
now.
cool, cool. There we go. Yes.
Okay. Um, this is one of the three qualities that we need to look into for voice training. We're gonna get into the important part, if you want to call it. Everything else was like considerations, warm ups, a little bit of theory. We're gonna explore some exercises here.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Okay.
Quotient is the
Mm-hmm.
quality that describes how or the percentage that your voice is spent open or closed in one cycle. If in one cycle your voice is more closed than open, we call that a close quotient, a high percentage of closeness. If it's the other way around, if in one cycle your vocal folds are more open than closed, we call that an open quotient. And as you can see in the slide, an open quotient is the stereotypical feminine quality. A closed quotient will be the stereotypical masculine quality. And then we can get into androgyny in the Q&A. I think androgyny is like interesting to explore.
Definitely. Yeah.
Um, Quotient is not breathiness, it's not vocal fry, being loud or being quiet. Vocal fry presents itself as like a rumble. It's like some kind of uh, if I speak with like vocal fry, you can hear the rumble. That would be a totally different quality. It's not breathiness either. You know, if you're very tired and you speak with like a lot of airflow, that is not going to be quotient either. An open quotient, if you want to identify with an adjective, we could describe it as, for example, a softer sound, right? Like, oh, like a softer sound, something that sounds softer, something that sounds more mellow. If we want to describe a close quotient, we usually describe it as bossy. We describe it as commandeering. as with potency, right? Like a closed quotient has like this kind of commandeering or authoritarian tone. It can also happen with FM quality, like with like high links, you can have a quality that sounds vague, buzzy. You can focus on how it's a little, it's peaking a little, right? That would be quotient.
Ah, okay.
And that's like the theory. We have like a little beautiful diagram
Yeah.
of the vocal folds over there, open and closed, or if you want to use the fancy words, adducted and abducted. Um, because this is about how to modulate that position with the vocal folds. So how do we do this? Let's start with the feminization exercises. I think they're going to be interesting to explore. So for the feminization exercises, the one that is like the flagship exercise is an endearing practice. Basically, what we do is we imagine that we're holding a cute cat or a baby or any kind of cute creature, right? And what we do, or someone does something really cute for us. Usually, this endearment comes with this type of "aww" type of sound, right? We're going to use that to our advantage. We're going to use that sound to move our quotient to an open side. So if we use that in a full drill, we can then just speak with that, right? Like we could go, "Aww," and then now I'm speaking with an open quotient. My quotient is opening more because I'm taking advantage of that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Um,
I can definitely hear the
that'll be
difference. Yeah.
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 For the masculinization part, I'm gonna skip this slide because we're gonna go into the yawn. It's like in between.
Okay. Yes.
For the masculinization part, what we want to do is go the other way around. So imagine that same cat, cute baby or creature pukes all over us and is very gross. Our reaction is usually disgust. We're gonna go like, ew, that's disgusting. And then we can use that to make our quotient really close. Some people would call it also like a thick quality, right? You could use thick as an adjective to describe it. That'll be one way, or another funny way would be, well, Gina, have you ever played electronic arts games?
Electronic arts? Mm,
Yeah.
no, actually not. Wait, electronic
Hmm.
arts? Maybe I'm just not understanding what it means. What does it mean?
It's a brand. It's a brand name.
Oh, a brand name. Oh, actually, no, I haven't. I think.
Mm.
As far as
Well,
I know, I don't
yeah,
think I know.
usually back
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
electronic arts had an intro and they had an announcer, and the announcer was really potent. Games would usually
Oh,
start and you would hear EA, and you would hear like this kind of
wait a
very
minute.
thick
That
kind
I
of
do
voice, right?
remember.
Like the
Yeah.
EA Sports. It's in the
Mm-hmm.
game. And then
Yes.
that is a very valid exercise
Oh, I
to,
see.
yeah,
I do know that though. Just didn't know what it was called, but I do know that definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely a valid exercise
Mm-hmm.
for masculinization.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imitation usually can be good if you're good at that.
Yeah.
And the last one, the yawning, I
Mm-hmm.
left it for the end because it varies. This depends on the type of yawn that you have. If you're, for example, looking into masculinization, doing like the big yawn will help a lot because you can go like, oh, and then I'm speaking with like the kind of quality of a big yawn. This type of voice sometimes is referred to as underfull because it sounds very big, but there's no quotient to feel it. When you do this type of yawn, like, oh, and like speak like this, um, your quotient is very, very open, but this also comes with your larynx dropping. And as we will see later, there's like a clash of qualities here. So that'll be one if we're looking into masculinization. If we're looking into feminization, we want to make it cutesy. We want to make it a little bit higher in pitch. So we want to go more like, ah. And like with that, we can also open our quotient. It's also a valid way of doing it, and we can take advantage of that, just like as we do with the aw type of exercise.
Yeah. I have done that as well. Yeah. Yeah. So the cute yawn is of course for the feminization practice,
Mhm.
and the more I was about to say ballsy. That's maybe not the best word, but kind of the more roomy, the more wide yawn, I
Yeah,
guess.
you could call it hollow.
Hollow, yeah, great word. So hollow yawn, that's for the masculization. That makes sense. Yeah. Can I try one time doing the cute yawn just for fun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. So then you all can see like how it can potentially sound when someone who's a beginner is trying it. So just to make it a bit less, nerve-wracking to even try it. So it does need to be perfect in the beginning, although you of course need to stay safe and with your voice. Let me just try it one more time. Okay, one time is what I meant. Here we go. Okay. Oh, that is so cute. Such a cute cat right there. That's such a cute cat. I tried my best.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was really good.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, the training is paying off.
It's paying off a bit. Yeah. Slowly, it's getting a bit better. Yeah. Yeah. But it's gonna take time. So I guess when you voice train, I guess is like hard, but you gotta be patient. I guess at least for me, it's hard that I need to be so patient. But I do gotta be patient because then you can take more care of your voice while you do the training as well. Yeah. So yeah. Right. So please continue if there's anything left on the slide. Yeah.
No, we can move to the next one.
All right. Cool.
Okay, we're getting into cool stuff. This is a filter that we were talking about before. The length height, as the name implies, means or is related to raising or lowering your length. But if we do this while phonating, while using our vocal folds, we will think our bodies are really trained. They think everything is pitch, but we don't want to think that it's pitch because it definitely is not. So something that we can do is whisper. You whisper like this. What's going on is that your vocal folds are not being used. Your vocal folds are staying still, and we take this to modulate or lower our vocal folds. I go lower not the vocal folds, the lengths. If I lower my lengths, you can hear the sounds bigger. And if I raise my lengths, you can hear how the sounds. Use this to practice. You might be thinking, okay, but how do we use this for practice? How do we apply this? So the first exercise that we're going to use for practice, that to me, this was the exercise that helped me understand length height. This is the tutorial exercises, I want to call it, is the big dog, small dog. BDSD, big dog, small dog. Big dog, small dog, or the dog painting it's a really good exercise because it helps locating and moving the legs up and down. I forgot to say it, but a raised larynx is what we consider a feminine, stereotypically feminine quality, and a low larynx is what we consider a stereotypically masculine quality. And for androgyny, we could go for the middle, or we can go for contrasting qualities. So starting with feminization, what we want to do And please bear with me, this exercise is cringe. So
Okay. Yeah, we're
suspend
ready.
your
We're ready.
belief.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
suspend your belief for a
Mm-hmm.
second.
Mm.
We want to start first painting like a big dog, and then move from that into painting like a small dog. We don't want to skip any step in between. We want to go through every step in the middle until we get into the small dog. Once we get there, we need to transfer that into speech because we're practicing the whisper, we're painting. And the way we can do this is by saying ha, because ha, the H is an aspirated consonant, is the perfect bridge between whispering and speaking. And ah in ha, because it's the most neutral vowel. The ah is a vowel that is like, it's like not e, o, u, is really good for using as the middle ground. So
Okay.
we transfer using ha because it's like very good for measuring.
Mm-hmm.
So if I give you the full drill, it should sound something like this. Oh, I think I need to adjust the suppression, right?
Oh, yeah, I think then it will probably catch all of it then. Yeah, let's try it.
Okay, let me try without suppression.
Okay.
Um, so once again, it should sound something like this. And once you do the drill, what you want to do is to speak so that you can take advantage of that and practice with a high length or a raised length as much as possible. That before feminization, for masculinization, it goes the other way around. It just goes downwards, right? So we would start with the small dog, we would go on to the big dog, and we transfer. So if I did it again, it would be something like and then with that exercise, we lower the lengths and change the perception. We change the filter, we change how we sound. It is cringe? Yes, it is absolutely cringe. If you want a tip, um, you can very gently put a finger on, I don't like the word, I think paracartilage would be more accurate, but no one knows what that means.
Mm-mm.
Put a finger in your Adam's apple
Uh-huh.
as you do the exercise.
Ah.
Very gently, no force, no pressure, just feel it.
Mm.
You can feel it racing as you do the exercise, right? As if you go with the big dog, small dog, you can feel it how it races. And that's a really good sign that we're going in the right path. I would not recommend using this as the only measurement for feminization or androgenization, but it's also a good giver. It gives us a good idea of where we're going through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Yeah. Mm. That's a great tip. Yeah, I tried that one time, and yeah, I also tried, of course, the big dog, small dog exercise, and it does really work for me as well. So I hope it works for all of you as well. Yeah, it's definitely a really great way to practice raising the larynx. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, so please continue. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the big dog, small dog is a really good exercise for
Mm-hmm.
understanding the moving your legs up and down.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with a couple caveats in the sense of you need to watch out for these things. And
Mm-hmm.
that's mainly it. There's no drawbacks. Just gotta be gentle. Make sure that you have water with you. We're panting at the end of the day, so you want to, you know, not dry your mouth too much. Because we're panting, your mouth is gonna feel dry after if you do like a bunch of resets.
Yeah.
The third thing we need to consider is our bodies are not used to manipulating our larynx and having it sit put in a place. Your body will try to go back to its original place as much as possible. It's aching to go back. This will feel the same as if, for example, you brush your teeth with your right hand and you suddenly had a change of heart and then started brushing your teeth with your left hand. Your body is going to be aching to grab the brush with the right hand
Yeah.
as you try to brush your teeth with your left hand. So it's going to feel the same. Your body's going to tell you, hey, we are not used to doing this. I want to go back where we came from. So try to ignore the feeling. The more you do it, the more you build a habit, the easier it will be for your voice to, well, not your voice, your body to understand, okay, you want to stay here? We're going to do it.
Yeah. I definitely relate to this as well. I tried that a lot when I practice, so it's really like habitual, the voice that you have been speaking with, but like when you're like up to the point you start to voice train, like I do feel it, like it's very habitual, but you can train it, and I'm starting to learn it. So thank you so much for that. That's very good for me to keep in mind while I train. So thank you. Okay, next one.
Absolutely.
Oh, please continue. Yeah.
Oh, there's more stuff.
Yes.
This will feel like a workout, and that's absolutely fine. If after doing a bunch of exercises, you think or you feel, oh, my neck muscles are getting a little tired, that's okay. That means you are practicing the way you want to, or like the muscles that we're targeting. That is a good feeling because that means we are, in fact, doing what we want to do, which is make our body used to raise and lower the larynx as we see fit. So tiredness is okay, but tiredness is one thing. Another thing is discomfort, pain, or any kind of strain. So,
Yeah.
if you feel really tired, you can just take a break, call it a day, and leave it there.
Yeah. Good advice. Yeah.
There's one more exercise. It's similar to the big dog, small dog. It follows the same principle. All the larynx exercises follow the same principle in the sense that we start in the whisper, move into speech, and then go into practice. The next exercise that I'm going to recommend is the ka. And this was as an explanation. The consonant k, when we use it, it raises the back of our tongue. Elevation of the back of the tongue, and only the back of the tongue, not the middle, not the edge, is working in conjunction with our larynx. Our larynx is connected through a bunch of muscles and cartilages to your tongue, the back of it, so we can take advantage of that. So just as we did with the big dog, small dog, we can do an elevation with the ka, with saying ka, we can go ka.
I think it's yeah, okay.
Did it catch up?
Yeah, we did hear the end, but the
Okay.
beginning was cut off, unfortunately. But I can maybe try to do it because I've practiced that one quite a lot, so I can try and do a little example of it if that's okay. Okay, so oh, then maybe I can do it first, and then you could do it with the without the noise suppression, and then we can do a comparison. Maybe I don't not comparison, but we can see how it sounds. Okay, so I'm just gonna try one time. So when I practice it, I'm doing like ka 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 ah. And yeah, then I would try to speak in my practice session with the larynx raised. Yeah. So yeah, okay. So you don't need to do it if that was an okay example, but yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Okay.
We can move to the next one. The next one is
Yeah.
like if we want to scratch a little more out of our voice, if we want to like get a little more, just want to push it a little more within reasonable extent.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh wait, are you saying to the next slide?
Yeah, let's move to the next one. Yes.
Cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. There we go.
Okay, this one is going to be the last one in this super lengthy workshop. What we usually refer to when we talk about OPC is oropharyngeal closure. This works in conjunction with your larynx. The oropharynx, as you see in the diagram, is in the purple part of our vocal fold, or vocal space, to be more precise. The previous exercise was working with the yellow part, with the laryngopharynx. This exercise is going to work with the oropharynx. What we're doing, and the nasopharynx is not really relevant because we don't want to sound nasal or hyponasal or hypernasal. So, we don't need that. So how does this work? With the larynx exercises, what we were doing is, for feminization, reduce the space. Reducing the space with the oropharynx is going to give us even a little more. So what we do is, there's a hissing exercise, but for this one, I would definitely recommend trying to be really gentle. Just like in previous slides I said, there's no pain, there's no strain. And for this applies the same. There's no pain or strain that we should do for when we're doing the hiss. You can try doing like a cat hiss, like, and of course, noise suppression hates me a little.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Feel free to try again. Yeah.
Yeah, it cut out with that, I think.
Yeah.
So more like, what we're targeting here is trying to feel how behind our uvula, like the dangly, fleshy thing in our mouth, behind that there's some arches. If we can close those arches, we can feel how they close. We'll get a better result. So that is where we're gonna focus for. If you want more like a full drill, you can also try to go from to who kind of. In a full drill, you could go something like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that will also help with closing the oropharynx a little bit. I could try doing a whistle, but I don't have the physical ability to whistle, so I'll leave that to the trainers to experiment with.
Yes.
It's like that could be the homework.
Yes.
Experiment with the whistle.
Whistling is by whistling. Do you mean the flute-like sound from your mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I'm not that good at it either. So but yeah. So I can't present it or like make an example either. But yeah, let's continue. Okay. This is so this exercise, the OPC one, to understand it correctly, like it was about making your, like, what does it exactly do to the sound of your voice, kind of when you practice it, what's its purpose in shaping your sound, kind of like, which is it for the quotient, or is it for the something else?
This is for the vocal space. When we reduce the vocal space available, we achieve a sound that sounds more stereotypically feminine. Just like bracing your larynx, this works in the same vein. We are reducing the space in the oropharynx area. The previous exercise, the big dog, small dog, was reducing the space in the laryngopharynx area. So if we reduce the space in the two of them, then we are reducing even more space, and we can get insane results with these two exercises.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember we have talked about it before. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so that's one I haven't personally tried practicing yet, but I'm really looking forward to trying it and seeing how much it will enhance the feminization. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well. So please continue. But is there more to the slide?
That's the end.
That's the end. Okay.
Yeah, that's the end. That's all of it.
Yeah.
We're
awesome.
done.
Awesome. We have one actually one more, which is the credits, of course. So that will be the links in the description for Lexi's Discord service that you can join if you wanna, of course, catch up with what Lexi is doing, and if you wanna, of course, work together with Lexi. I also linked the link tree of Lexi's down in the description as well, and that you can also go to check out all of your links. Yeah.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
I also take private sessions. You can book session with me if you want to start your voice training journey. So, give it a go. With the exercises that you have today, you already have the manual. You can start training today if you want to.
Yeah. And I can just say from personal experience, I really, really recommend, if you want to find a voice trainer, then I definitely would recommend Lexi. If you found a lot of value in this stream, which I personally did, then I would, and you also, of course, want to find a voice trainer or voice coach development, voice coach, then I would definitely recommend Lexi. So yeah, I think this was really, really helpful for me personally, and there was a lot of things that maybe I had heard them before, but some of them not even heard before, but I hadn't thought about them. Like when I was seeing them now, I was like, oh yeah, that's so important. And because I've been practicing a bit for the past month or so, and so I was like, yes, I need to get this into my brain and start using this knowledge. So thank you so much. That was really nice. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now I guess we'll be doing going into the Q&A session and be answering,
of course,
all of your questions. Yeah. So let's just go.
Let's see those questions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So we have actually 4 questions on the list, and I'm just gonna make sure that we have got all of them. I can just go up in the chat and see. So the first one was from codename Firestarter. Thank you for the question, and it was, yeah, that looks right. It was 26, sorry. Oh my God. 26 minutes after 6 p.m. So that sounds pretty, that was probably the first one. Okay. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna be putting it, I'm gonna be reading it for the ones that are so, I can also put it up on the screen, but let's try and read it first. And if we need it up on the screen, I'll do that as well. So the first one is it possible to combine trans voice and singing? Part of my goal is to sing femme. So that's the first question. Yeah. Awesome question.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Codename Firestarter. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. You totally can combine singing and voice training and trans voice, to be more specific. You're using the same muscles at the end of the day. We are using our vocal folds for singing and for speaking. So they do work in conjunction. You could try, if you're aiming for feminization, you could try to look for female singers to imitate and like follow along. If you're looking for masculinization, you could try to look for male singers to follow along and use for your training. So they totally work in conjunction. You still have to train the two of them separately. So, if you're training singing, you need your training exercises for singing and voice, and voice training or trans voice is going to come separately. So you need to devote independent time, both for singing and for trans voice. You could try to have the two of them together, but it's going to dilute them a little bit. They're not the same thing at the end of the day. We usually don't, for example, move our quotient around or move our legs around when we're singing, or the things that we need to focus for singing might not fully transfer into trans voice. So we do need to give time for both of them independently.
Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Thank you for the question. I hope that I definitely feel myself that it made a lot of sense. So thank you so much, Lexi. And while you were talking, I just prepared this one because we did also have a question from Marshmallow, and I just thought we should probably answer that
Okay.
one as well, since Marshmallow was the main. But the first one I sent out in the post that we would be answering questions from. So this was the only question we had from Marshmallow. It was I'm wondering how much more complicated it'd be to learn voice training with this dyspraxia, especially dyspraxia that affects fine muscle control. I don't know. I have any other motor skills. I don't know if I have any other motor skills issues that might complicate things even more. I might also, yeah. So the question is basically if it's harder to voice train, or more complicated to learn voice training with dyspraxia. And I don't know. I did actually research what this dyspraxia is, in case you are not aware, Lexi, but maybe you are. But it's basically when you have when of course I'm no expert, but from what I could read, it's when I'm just gonna read the definition, because that probably will make more sense than what I can say. Dyspraxia, often called developmental coordination disorder, is a neurological condition that affects physical coordination. It makes planning and executing physical movements difficult because brain messages are not accurately transmitted to the body. It's a lifelong So that's what it does. It makes it harder to use your muscle movements in a in a more controlled way, so to speak. Yeah. So do you know if there's do you know an answer to this question, or how would you answer it if you were to?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend with dyspraxia. It really depends how you can use your voice. If you can use your voice normally, if you don't have any kind of lisp or any kind of complication, probably voice training should not carry much complications added on top of that, if you have like a normal usage. But if speaking is already hard for you, if you already have any kind of complication or it's not as easy, I would recommend having the help of a speech language pathologist. Maybe they could help you with going through the exercises in a safe way. Sounds like dyspraxia could get in the way. It will really depend how much fine mobility are you losing with this disability, and how much it affects you in your day-to-day communication.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So I hope that was a good answer to your question. Ice Cave Death. And wait, no, sorry. It says something else. It says I crave. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It says I crave. I think that was the username. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Anyway, so I crave. I hope that that was a good answer to your question, and thank you for your question. And yeah, so let's go to the next question that we had on the stream, of course, while we were streaming, and I'm just gonna be putting it just gonna be reading it right now. So this question is from Release the Beast. And they asked, what about sugary drinks? Since I think sugar dehydrates too. I think it was in relation to what you should try and avoid in terms of dehydration.
Yeah, I can explain a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So in terms of sugary drinks, sugar will also increase the mucus in your vocal folds. Just like with milk and dairy, if you consume anything that has sugar on it, depending on the quantity of sugar, if it's like, for example, a can of Coke, Coke has a lot of sugar on it. So it's going to make your vocal folds have a harder time because they're secreting more mucus to deal with the excessive sugar. I would recommend not hydrating with that if you have the option. Usually, depend on the drink, but usually fizzy drinks will have negative effects on, they come with caffeine. So if you, for example, use a can of Coke, usually on the daily, comes with sugar, comes with caffeine, and will get in the way. So I do not recommend sugar for hydration. You don't have to avoid it. You can, of course, enjoy it. You just have to consider it before your training session.
That makes a lot of sense. That was very sufficient for me personally as an answer to your question Release the Beast. Thank you for the question, Release the Beast, and thank you I crave for the chat. Feel free to leave the notes about your personal stuff in the comments definitely, and maybe we can get to it in the comments later if Lixi would be open for that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so the next question is from again codename Firestarter. So this one is so then what if you're going out in public with your fem voice and say you eat some ice cream or drink some pop at some point, does your voice just drop, or is this just for voice training? Good question. Codename. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah.
your voice will not drop. If you're using your fan voice, it's more like it's gonna be a little harder. You're gonna have a harder time keeping it up there. So you can absolutely go outside, talk with your friends, exercise, or your family, and drink a fizzy drink, for example, an ice cream, or drink a milkshake. That's totally doable. It would only make it a little harder. So especially if you're like starting with voice training, you can always just take a little break, maybe drink some water, and your voice will not drop. It just add a difficulty.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So as for me, I haven't gotten to the point where I feel confident using my fem voice yet, because I'm still training it and trying to make it make me able to sustain it for a long time. So I think when you have trained the voice, like you're saying, Lixi, then you'll be so as far as I know, it'll be so trained in your voice that it won't just suddenly drop, because you have learned how to keep it feminized, I guess. Is that true, Lexi? Would you agree with that, or is that
Yeah, of course. If
okay?
you're very proficient,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be very hard for you to drop. So it's
Okay.
more like makes it a little harder.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So the next question is from Release the Beast. Is it a problem if I do the exercises very quickly? Quietly, very quietly, because I'm worried about being heard.
It depends. It's not about doing the exercises quietly. The exercise for quotient is very. You can do it very quietly. You can do like a very quiet "aww," and that can be definitely on a lower volume. And the exercises for quotient, not for quotient, for larynx and for our pharynx closure are in the whisper. Whispering is very quiet. Like you can whisper and no one can unless they're very close, they will not be able to understand what you're saying. So you can definitely do the exercises quietly. The problem comes if you get used to speaking really, really quiet. Because if you speak really, really quiet, your body will understand that feminization or masculinization is going quieter. And, once you get outside of the space that you live within, you don't want to get that feeling outside. So the idea here is the exercises are fine. Just make sure that when you speak, it's not too quiet. It's just a normal level of volume, conversational level of volume.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Lexi. I think that was, for me, that was a very great answer to the question. So thank you. Hope you hope you got a great answer as well to your question. Release the Beast. Awesome. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is from Jobble. Any recommendation of apps or recording the voice so I could see progress?
Absolutely. Yeah, your phone.
Oh yeah.
Your phone is fantastic. It's very good. Most phones come with a recording software that you can use. If not, you can just use Audacity for your PC. Audacity is a free program that you can use for recording your voice. But Windows also comes with a built-in recording software, so you could just use that. That's already a good starting point. If not, you can download Audacity. Don't mind the spam. This is the official Audacity link. It's a free program.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't come with ads.
Yeah.
It's very friendly. So
Yeah.
no malware, as far as I know.
Yeah. I'm used to it too. It's very, very safe. Yeah, definitely, and good. Yeah. And we'll be doing as many questions as we can, but I will say that to respect Lexi's time, we will be ending the and also I mean all of our time, I guess, but also Lexi's time. We'll be ending the stream at a maximum 2 hours. So just to know, so everyone know that there is a buffer at 2 hours, and it has been going on for 1 hour and soon to be 52 minutes. So that'll be a
That's fine. We
that'll
have
be
enough time.
the maximum. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you so much. I mean, I've learned already so much, but let's go to the questions. So we make sure that we get to them. Yeah. Okay. So this one is from Release the Beast. How do you actually combine the exercises at the end to make a full voice? Great question.
That's a very good question. The usual pattern that you will like to follow is first larynx, then quotient, then OBC. So it's like larynx, larynx. Let me write it down. Larynx, quotient, OBC.
Oh, okay.
If you want an example, it should be like you first do the big dog, small dog, or the ka, ha, then you do the quotient, ha, and then you do the LBC, and then with all the results pulled together, try to use them without straining too much. Try to use them while using your voice and without finding too much problem, without finding too many complications.
Yeah, awesome. That's actually very helpful for me as well. So thank you for the question, Release the Beast. I didn't know that before now, so thank you. In definitely very well helpful. Thank you for the answer. I was about to say, I just read the larynx and then my brain was like larynx, but I meant to say Lexi. I meant to say Lexi, of course. Thank you so much for the answer, Lexi. It was very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So next one is from Jobble. I can raise my larynx with, let's say, relative ease. The problem is the rest, such as vocal weight, space, and the other stuff, specifically pitch, I do not understand or see a difference in the voice. So, do we have any feedback to this observation of Jobble of their voice training progress? Yeah.
When it comes to pitch, I would say don't pay too much attention to where it goes unless you want it to go to a specific place. As long as your pitch is high enough, your voice will feminize. And that's probably the thing you should abide by. When it comes to quotient, usually what you need to focus on is this kind of endearment, this kind of soft, thin type of sound, right? If we go with the technique, we go like ah, and then we go for like a softer sound, or you can go with the yawn, ah, and then you also go for like a softer sound. So try to identify how can you get into this type of sound, how do you get into this type of modulation, what kind of problems are you finding throughout the way, and if you don't, you can always ask more questions, further questions, and I'll see if I can help with those.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Lexi. Yeah, and well, I also actually have I've practiced raising my larynx a bit, but I do relate to your experience Jobble, because well, I do also it's like my brain, when I'm trying to do multiple times at the same time with my voice, then kind of it's kind of hard to multitask in that way of voice voice training in that way, but
Of course.
but yeah, but so I think definitely it will get better with practice. At least that's what I hope to experience as I go along my own voice training journey. That with practice, with consistent practice, I think things will get better slowly. Yeah, that's what I heard from almost everyone, I guess. But I don't know. But that's what I hope for myself as well. Okay, so yeah. Let's see if there was there's more questions. Okay, so we have a question from Chelsea Brooke. And so this one was what do you think of acoustic gender dot space?
I've heard that. Yeah, I heard that webpage.
Mm-hmm.
It's It's good if you want to explore what's like the mapping of pitch and resonance, but the website, if I remember correctly, focuses on pitch and resonance. I would recommend to not focus that much on that because um, pitch is what you want to make out of it. You can have a high pitch, you can have a low pitch, and that does not really influence how you are perceived. We're talking about feminine voice. Women, trans and cis, can have a low and high pitch voices. We're talking about, the stereotypical sense. So
Mm-mm.
it's good for exploration. It has a
Mm.
bunch of paragraphs and text that you can use for reading, but I would not use it as like the only reference. I would say use it for training, but use your ear as the signifier of you going in the right path, or trying to see if you need more training in some kind of direction.
Mm-mm. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Lexi, and thank you for the question, Josie Brooke. Thank you. Okay, so that was actually all the questions. So now we'll just be saying a little bit of an outro goodbye to all of you, and just like rounding up the whole stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of your questions. It was really nice to answer to hear Lexi's answers to your questions. So thank you so much, Lexi, for all the amazing answers that you gave. Thank you so much, and yeah, thank you as well. And more importantly, maybe perhaps so much for coming on the stream. It was really, really amazing to have you on the stream. So thank you so much. It was something that I personally was looking very much forward to. And I'm so glad that you wanted to do this with us. So thank you so much. It was an honor to have you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate coming here and helping.
Yeah.
I see Jill Burke has a question.
Oh,
Is the
okay.
focus on vocal weight and resonance, and which is more important? Yeah, I would totally say that focusing on vocal weight and resonance will give you better results, and you can definitely let pitch aside. As long as you have a high pitch, you can focus on resonance and vocal weight, and pitch will do its thing. You don't have to even mind it. Just let it do whatever it wants. And if you want to have like a deeper voice, you can always train that, but you need to master resonance of vocal weight first so that you can then drop your pitch without any problems.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for all of your questions again, Dilsey, Brooke, and everyone else. And well, thank you so much again, as I said before as well, for coming on the stream, Lexi. It was really, really wonderful to have you, and you did amazing. So we all learned so much from you. So thank you so much, really.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And well, so now we'll be ending the stream, and I will be saying, thank you so much for watching, everyone. It was really wonderful to have you all along on this voice lesson with Lexi on the stream. So thank you so much for joining. And yes, stay hydrated. Thank you, Lexi. Yes, we gotta stay hydrated, all of us. Definitely. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for saying bye. And thank you. Yeah, bye, and take care for the next one. And as we said before, if you want to check out Lexi or work with Lexi, then feel free to check out the links in the description for face voice now. So voice. I'm having voice in my brain. I mean Linktree for face Linktree, and face of course the Discord service. Yeah. Face Discord service. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, for joining the stream and having fun learning about voice training with us. Yeah. Thank you so much. And we'll see you, or I'll see you in the next stream or next video. So take so much care, and Lexi, do we have any parting words for the biscuits? If you want, yeah.
Be nice to your voice. Be nice to yourself and your voice. You need it.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's very important. Thank you. Right. So we'll be ending the stream, and we'll be saying thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.